For me now, that is the thing. You know, there is people who are born to be leaders. There is people who learn to be leaders. You understand? There is people who adapt to be leaders. You understand? So when you learn to be leaders, it means your leadership is based on the book. You understand? When you adapt to be a leader, it's like you are a copycat. But a born leader, it's like your character, you know, when you appear, you know, people, they don't just say whatever they want. They have to like rethink over and over whatever that they want to say, because your man of approach, that is why I'm saying that a leader, part of wisdom is silence. You understand? You only speak where there is necessity. You don't speak unnecessarily. For instance, you speak one word, but how other people receive that word, it's different perspective they will be having. And when they bring back their response to you, it brings you unnecessarily, you know, response that you must give back, you know. So some of the things you need to just let it go, let it slide. The brotherhood in Islam is different from the brotherhood of gangsterism. The brotherhood in Islam, it's true brotherhood. It's a brotherhood that is not selling. We cannot sell each other. If we're saying we're standing as one, we're standing as one. So in my experiences in prisons, there was no a scenario where other people, they will take advantage of Muslims. Because Muslims in prisons or outside, we are a force that is unified as one. So we are unbreakable. You understand? So you cannot find yourself playing around us because sbaninga kulu, and you fight one, you have to fight all. You understand? According to the laws of saying that we are all the kids and the offspring of Adam and Eve. So we are a family, we are brothers and sisters, you know. I spent it. It's 19 months of trial, then in maximum it's 5 years. I stayed 5 years in maximum, then moved to medium. Then in medium I stayed 1 year and a half. Why 1 year and a half? Because my mother did an appeal 2007. She did an appeal and they took 3 years of my sentence. No, the conviction, you know, was too much. No, she didn't have, my mother didn't have any estimation of a sentence. A mother will always be a mother. A mother will always be protective of his, you know, kids. Despite of the wrong, there is an extent of time, good, yes, my child has done wrong. Yes, manim discipline apart, it be harsh. You understand? So it's those things. Good. My mom, she's not a mother who will say, wrong. If I'm wrong, that is why even at first she was able to tell my friends, Gutini, you're not gonna go in that hospital and nimchonche and escape an eye. He has to face Intagayenzile so that he can be a free citizen. Ukutanga be wanted afterwards, you understand? You know, it's two ways, because even myself, well, I was also in maximum, I did do an appeal, you understand, on my own with the help of one of my Muslim brothers. So I don't know that the appeal that I did and the one that my mom did, you understand, which one got the attention of the justice system that they end up deducting 3 years of my sentence. But only I got a call, my mom, that said they were in court with a lawyer and they took 3 years of the sentence. So it was reduced from 15 to 12 years, you understand? So already I've exceeded, like Iskat, I've stayed already close to 7 years in prison. So, and with the amnesty that we were getting almost 6 months, you understand? So I qualified. Then August, the appeal said they are taking 3 years. Then the process after the appeal has been approved and they've deducted a certain years of your sentence, it doesn't mean if they do it today, you go out tomorrow. You understand? There's a process. From court, it has to undergo all these signatures, and from August, I was released in November 30, 2007. Imagine the appeal was done and the 3 years was reduced in August. Everything was done, completed in court. But the process from court to get to Sun City and bang release, it took all those months in between. From August, I was released November 8. For me, most of my time I spend it doing motivations, and also reading, because my mom used to bring me powerful books, and also I worked in the library. There was a lot of books that I read, like that has unlocked, many back doors of the back room of my mind, with understand with life, with how to juggle certain things. So reading, and it led me to start writing. I wrote a book, which when I came out, I lost that book. I don't know what happened, but I lost that book. But for me, I've got million books in my mind. So I wrote another book called South Africa, I'm Your Heart. If I stop beating, you will die, So I wrote that book based on my experiences and journeys I've taken in life. How I do motivational speaking, I not like go to a certain place and say, I'm here to do, like it's a one-on-one, Like every person that I come across, if we're chilling and whatsoever, or maybe I'm in the group of people, I always want to divert the conversation to right direction, that when we are together in that space, let it be beneficial to all of us, that when we go our separate ways, somebody have benefited from whatever conversation that we're having. So I'll start like sparking, some ideas and information and sharing and showing people things that I have experienced in life, and it becomes that motivation. And many people, they get inspired, The point is, in this world, we all born in a space where it's a strange place. This world, for all of us, when we are born in this world, it becomes a strange place which we adapt to get used to it. And as we go through the journey of life, we all searching. Nobody knows much. But through the experiences of life, in life, you cannot do all the mistake in life, but you can learn through other people's mistakes. So through it all, my mistakes and my way of rectifying myself to put myself back on track, if it worked for me, it can work for another person. So it's like showing a person, don't put pressure on yourself. You understand? If it can be done this way, there's always an alternative, another way of doing it. You understand? You just need to be patient. It's just a matter of time, because as we're coming from different backgrounds, it's better to understand each and every individual person's background, before you can inspire or motivate that person, because you cannot just tell a person, no, you don't need to do this. You understand? You don't know what sparked his actions, you understand, or his attitude towards a certain thing. So you need to understand a person's background and understand what made the person to behave that way or to act that way. You understand? Immediately, once you know that, it becomes easier for you to deal with a situation. You understand? And it's not good you telling a person what to do. You understand? You just find means and ways of giving a person an option. You understand? And that option has to be a better option, not an option that is going to make a person to be in a worse situation from the position agagui. You understand? You try to save that person, because according to Islam, God says in the Quran, killing one person is like you have killed the whole humankind. And saving one person is like you have saved the whole humankind. You understand? So if you are of help or of use to one person, it's like you are of help or of use to all humankind. You understand? Because as I said earlier when we were speaking, that you might not be able to change the world, but your attitude and an influence that you bring to people's life, it might bring or spark change to life. You understand? So it's those things, Guti. I'm not a person who gives up to say, kumoshakele, nama ngeke ngilungise lutho. No. You understand? This is our space. This is our place. Esiphila kuyo emhlabeni. You understand? It doesn't mean that when we are gone, there will be nobody who will be remaining. We've got offspring, abantwana bethu. They must at least find what we have paved the way of finding means and ways of dealing with circumstances, because we have different forces in this world whereby there is negative forces and positive forces. And we need to know good where we're standing to create a good force that will overcome the negative, you understand, to uplift and strengthen the positive so that there can be what? Harmony and peace, you understand. Then going out of prison, I even got lost in the city that I thought I knew. When I get out, it's just a bit of insane. You walk out. You go to a wrong direction. Papa masohamba le. Yes. Kanti ngiyaphi? Yeah, like I went to a wrong direction, and not far, but ngithathe a wrong direction. I realized it was an excitement, an excitement benginayo, being like for a long time. After my mom was coming also, mama was on release. But mina mangiqeda ukufila amaphepha, they said, you can go. I said, what? Ngizivayele. But sure. Like I turn around and ask them, are you sure? Yeah. And I'm thinking, waiting for them. I even forgot what my mom said. She was on the way. Took my bag and walked. You understand? Got lost on the way, but through God's way, I find the way. You understand? Then got home, and my mom was not there, and then chill at home. After a long time, my mom came in, the things that our mothers do for us, Sometimes we become ungrateful, but look at our mothers when she has a piece of a cake that she was longing for, but she will give it to you, even if she wanted it for herself. She will give it to you. Even when you're feeling cold, she will take her jacket, even knowing, yes, she needs it, but she will rather prefer you be warm. You understand? So it's those things that our mothers do for us. Then when she get home, I saw she was like tired, and I can still see that picture when she opened the door, and I said, Marungenzan, ngithawuma what? Ati ngihleli laphana like uhlala isikhathi yabo, mina ngiphume indlela zami ngafika endlini nganethezeka ngahlala laphana ngakhohlwa nokuthi my mom, you understand, I ngisaenjoy le comfort yamasofa ukuthi ayikho lento lokuthi hey fola. Yeah, ayibona lonto lobulima lobo benzakala ukuthi hey fola yabo. So even ulala, there is that thing, you wake up, ukuthi enhle kwenzakala. Yabo, you checking the position ukuthi okay, ngaphandle yabo, ngoba you get used, you get screwed, to that mentality and mindset ukuthi you are programmed. You understand ukuthi ulala isikhathi esisovuka ngesikhathi esisowenza lokhu nalokhu. You are used to that same attire, same procedure. You understand, eyenzakalayo all the time while we are in there. But then for me, apart from that, many things ngiziluzile ngingaphakathi, and many things have happened without me being there, being part of it. I even lost my kids because I left my woman. She was pregnant then, and my son could have been maybe 23 this year. So I lost them. So, but life was meant to be that way. It's the destination that God has set for me. I have to accept it. Ayikho into enzala in the life of man by mistake. It's pre-planned by God. It might look shocking and confusing, but it doesn't have, because I believe that everything that happens in life, it needs a signature of God. And nothing will come to life without God's authority. So everything that we are witnessing in life, you must know it's signed by God to happen. Yes, it can be a test. It can be a blessing. You understand? Some of the things that happened for us to be blessed. Some of the things that happened for us to be wretched. You understand? So it's a matter of understanding, Guti. Don't say you believe and think that God he's not going to test your statement of saying you believe. You understand? So as you're saying you are a believer, you need to be tested. You understand? So all these things that are happening is ways of God giving you those tests, and those tests, they're going to reward you because they elevate you in faith. You understand? You grow every day in faith by overcoming these challenges. Because if you overcome these challenges, it's like you have passed a test. You understand? You move to another grade, you face those things, you pass another test. So life, it is what it is. Don't be shocked of anything that happens in your life. If it happens, it was meant to happen. You understand? If it doesn't happen, it's not in the list of God's plan. You understand? It's like that. You know, going out, I did try to go back to entertainment industry and did some things on television, adverts, and some roles I got in some of the shows on TV. Then I quitted that. Then I started doing music. 2015, I opened my record label, which we did what we did with the artist. We had like 13 albums. We released one. The first artist we released was nominated for Best Kwaito Album in the summers, 2016. But then, you know, dealing with people, it's not an easy thing. It's not a child's play, you know. People, they must understand that dealing with yourself or dealing with another person is two different things. So the entertainment industry, it's hell on its own, because there is doorkeepers, there is people who are there to rip people off, and there is people who are ungrateful, you know. But I've learned so much lesson that it didn't change me from the person I was, that I want to serve, I want to be good to people. I only dealt with that, okay, in life, not people are the same. There's people who misbehave and there's people who behave, you understand? So it's just the matter of time, in time which we are living in. How do you fluctuate over situations ohlangabezana nazo? Because people, they will do things even not giving a thought of that time itself. It's precious, you know. There's nothing more expensive or impulsive than the life and time which we are given to this universe. But then you'll find abantu, they become ungrateful of the time and the life that they are given. You know, they misuse it, you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that in the entertainment, you know, you'll come and give somebody an opportunity, which it consists time and life, you understand? Uguti, for instance, in the acting space, a director can give a character a role or a stage, but a director can never make a character a star. When you are given a platform, you must shine. You understand? A director cannot make you shine. You must make yourself take advantage of that spot or that opportunity you are given as a character to shine. You understand? So it's those things. You give somebody a chance and he doesn't prove. You understand? Uguti, we are funa lentole. You understand? Working hard over that thing. You understand? So in my perspective of life, in life as a whole, life is like a movie. A movie is consist of the actor and the extra. And when you look at the actor and the extra, they both need each other to complete the movie. Because imagine a movie without an extra. You understand? It becomes something else. So the extra is there to decorate the movie, and the actor is there to tell a story in the movie. So they both need, because the story, it's not good enough without a decoration. You understand? And the decoration is not good enough without the storytelling. You understand? So both these characters, they play a big role. No matter the percentage of payments is not the same, but they both need each other to complete the movie. You understand? For me, as I'm a self-taught content producer, director, songwriter, motivation, like a bunch, of things that I'm capable of doing, writing and doing all these things. But with all the ups and downs of life and things of people misbehaving when you're reaching out, it has made me to back off a bit to find a right channel, a right direction. I have so many contents that I've written, and some of the content reality shows, drama, but some of the dramas, they are just at the backroom of my mind that I wrote it, and I don't know, they stole the book. They are good at stealing. But then, I don't know, it got missed or they stole it. But then, most of the information, I'm this type of a person. Give me anything, I'll always find ways to do something about it. Either it needs a fixing, or it needs a direction, or it needs an instruction, or it needs to be led, I'm always believing, Uguti, once you make me understand whatever thing that you want me to do, I'll excel. You understand? So that is why I managed to juggle many parts of my life, doing different things without qualifications, because sometimes qualifications on paper, they don't work enough, because it's not the paper that does the work, it's the person that does the work. You might be having many degrees, but those degrees, they are not going to do the job. You still need to stand up and do the job on your own. So I believe that I might be theoretically, but I'm more practical. I believe in practicality, because practicality, it tests your capabilities. You understand? A person might be able to speak something due to the information that he has read and stuff like that. But when you say, can you be able to do this? Of what you are saying, you find a person is not able. You understand? Or he will make mistakes there and there and there. So it's those type of things, Uguti. I believe, Uguti, I'm capable of doing anything. As long as it's to change our society and to help the youth and to help everyone else that needs something that is going to twist certain things in their lives for greatness, life as a whole, it's a game. And life being a game, for you to be part of life, you have to be a player, You have to be a player, and you have to make sure, Guti, you play your role as a player to be a team player, because at the end of the day, you cannot play in the game alone. There's people who are playing along with you. There's a lot of things that you can learn from people, you understand? And there's a lot of things that people, they can learn from you. And If you are able to do that, you are able to complete the pieces of the puzzle to give you a clear picture of life. You understand? Because if you're thinking that you just gonna do it on your own to complete the picture of the puzzle, it's impossible. But if there is extra hands, it's easier because in Bambisen, you understand? So never mind, a life in you'll ever come across people who are good, people who are selfish. You understand? Just learn to live with it. You understand? Ungabi na this thing good, you'll allow people to change you. You understand? Just because bona they are them. You understand? Be you always. You understand? Expect good that there will be good things that will happen and there will be bad things that will happen. And just take everything that happens in your life as part of your journey of life. You understand? You cannot run away from it. It's written for you to zohambala. So, again, if you understand? You cannot complain you understand? Because you're not sure what is inside this river. You understand? Only see when you are on the other side. There is a lot of things that you might discover, you know? So, for me, a twist of life, I believe, Guti, nobody is born to be in a same situation forever, you know? In life, every situation is just a phase, you understand? And only in time, you're going to move, you know? You're going to pass that phase, you understand? So these phases, you must know, Guti, they are good, they are bad, they are ugly, they are funny, they are, you know, all these characters in these phases you will find. Just be able to deal with them and get over it, because there is no situation or phase that can stay forever, you know. My concerns is about our societies, how we're dealing with the challenges of our societies. You look at the kids on drugs, you look at the kids' teenage pregnancy, you look at the kids, how they so much escalating with the technology that we have now, you know. Some of these things are not good. Some of these things, yes, they might be of benefit, but how do we structure, how do we divert and align them and help them through, especially those who have been through, like the teenage pregnancies. You know, there's a lot of things that has led these young kids to fall pregnant. Sometimes we might name them or call them names. You know, we don't know, you know, what they went through to end up falling into that. You know, if we are able to cuddle them and be able to assist them to, like, it doesn't matter good seven abantwana or they just falling into that. You know, they need like that attention. We are aware of our challenges and follow, because at the end of the day, the very same kids that they bring to life, they end up affecting our societies because they are not being taken care of, because their mothers are teenagers, you understand? And the very same kids you find good in, maybe they abandoned school or they are not getting enough attention because the mother is not being guided by the society. So it's those things that it is of importance as a country that we look deep to those things like teenage pregnancy and drug abuse, you know, because these are the two things that is destroying our youth. Most of the youth are falling into drugs. Most of the youth are losing direction because of being pregnant, you know. So all that, it mess up the direction and the wishes and the plans of our societies, because a society is made by families, and all these kids are coming from these families, you understand? So where is the structure, you know? Because at the end of the day, we need these kids for the future. We need these people, these kids to lead us in the future. So what are we doing about, you know? Whereby even our government has to intervene. You know, our councillors, they need to intervene, because I believe councillors, they are the foundation of the house of the government. They need to have a communication with the community whereby they are able to give feedbacks and meetings and tell the community the budget that they have, that they can be able to create recreational centers and things that is going to make, when we grow up, you will find girls that will be doing sewing, bethunga, benza amajezi in bakrosha and what. Something that keeps them busy, you understand. Abanye badlala netball, abanye badlala volleyball, boys, they will be playing karate, they're playing soccer, What happened to those things, Now those things, they are no longer there. Even if they are there, you find that the distance, it's far, that other kids, they cannot be able to reach those places due to that those activities, they are happening up until late. You understand? So it's those things that society needs to build up with the help of the councillors, the help of the mayors, and the help of the premier, the help of the ministers, that whatever budget that is there, let it be the voice of the community that is speaking out from the challenges that they are facing, so that we work towards a goal, that we are working towards achieving 1, 2, 3. So if in that sense we are doing that, we will be able to solve matters that are affecting our communities and our youth. And it might be easier even to create jobs, because some of the things that are affecting youth is job creation. How do we deal nezinto ezinjalo to create imisebenzi? You understand? Because a mind that is occupied with positivity, it becomes a greater mind. You understand? So if kids are not being occupied by isn't as positive things that are giving them a direction, they will be lost, because they find nothing of importance in life, because it's not being presented to them and being directed to them, to be shown to them, to be showcased to them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can be done, So we look at our kids and thinking that they are old and they are smart, but you find that at the back room of their mind, it's empty, So it's all those things that it is us that needs to inject that information, to inject that positivity by inspiring them, motivating them, showing them the way, because they need to be led.